Hey everybody, welcome back. I have finally, after days of procrastinating, and I'm telling you, I mean days of procrastinating, I have made a decision on how to apply this. Still not sure I'm crazy about it, however, this is what's happening. So, darn it, this is how it's going to go on. Except now I think I have it upside down. I actually drew it on this fabric, and I should have planned better how I drew it on this fabric. But, forget it. I'm just doing it. I hope this finds everybody well and in a better frame of mind than I've been in the last couple of days. Oh my gosh, this has given me fits. I'm telling you, fits. You know, I drew it directly onto this panel, and I was going to stitch it in color and, you know, in a bright green, and I thought, no, every symbol that I see, every time I see this symbol, I should say, I see it in black. So I should do it in black. And then I'm like, well, I think I did it on the 100-Day Heart Challenge in a different color. I didn't care then, but that wasn't for my cousin who's Irish. Oh my goodness, you have no idea all of the thought processes that I have been through. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna make another change. I'm gonna stitch it on here first, then stitch this onto the thing. Oh my gosh, all of the what's the word I'm looking for? The different see, I drew it on there. I redrew it on there. It was on there in white, and it was smaller. And then I drew it on there in, I don't think I'm going to like the 6 strands of black, but oh my gosh, I'm struggling. Have I said I'm struggling? I don't understand why either. I really don't. It's just, you know, I was going to do it on here in black, but I thought, no, I want it to be more dimensional than that. I don't just want to sew it flat and leave it plain. It's not what I want. I need to do a better job than that. Oh my goodness, gravy me. Yes. So, I don't know if you can hear the noise in the background, but the machinery outside, I'm ready to like move, like go get a hotel room, something. The noise outside has been non-stop. They even worked yesterday, and yesterday was Sunday. I'm recording this on a Monday, by the way. You won't see this until Tuesday, but I am recording on a Monday. They were out there all day yesterday, literally from 7 a.m. till, gosh, I don't think they stopped until 7:30 p.m. I'm so tired of heavy machinery and the beeping, because they go forward, then they back up, and they beep, 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 beep. Oh, I get a headache. By the end of the day, I am so done. I don't have any headphones to put on. Okay, let me rephrase that. I have headphones. I don't want to put on headphones that have any wireless connectivity. I just want noise blocking headphones. Just something to block out the constant hum of the motors, the engines, and the beeping. Oh my goodness gracious. It just makes me absolutely nutso. There. More nutso than I already am. All right. I'm going to shut up about that now because honestly, you don't want to hear that from me, but I just had to get that off my chest. Wow. We had a nice day yesterday, weather-wise, which was a nice break from how it's been, which has been very hot and sticky and humid. So at least we had a nice break from that. It was in the low 80s. I think it got up to 85, but we were back in the house by then. We went out for a little while, just a couple hours, hour and a half. We went to get some lunch, but I was not impressed by lunch at all. So, yeah, the more I eat out, the less I like eating out. I like my own food. I like to prepare it the way I like it. Yes, I'm a control freak. Yes, I know. But I don't know. When I cook it, it just tastes better. So that's that. Yeah. Do I sound cranky today? I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound cranky today. So my thought process on this is to get this sewn, stitched, and then I'm going to attach this to this and cover up that, which I should iron off first, I guess. You really can't see it under the circle. But anyway, I should probably, to make it proper, do it properly. This wool mat is itching me today too. Yeah, I'm definitely, sorry, I have to move my cord. And it jiggled the phone stand, I know. Apologies. And so like 4:45 this morning, had another thunderstorm, and I'm talking thunder, lightning, boom booms. Yeah, it's the second morning in about 3 or 4 days, I think. Oh, it's just been so fun. My husband went to the dentist today. We've never been to this particular dentist office. So he said they did a lot of things that, well, not a lot, a couple of things that he's never had happen in a dentist office before, and we're not young, so we've been to our share of dentists. But they took his blood pressure, and he said they were doing it to all of the patients, and the doctor asked him, so why did you decide to come here? And Tony said, to be honest with you, because your picture on your website pictures you with a horse. Go Tony. That was his deciding factor. He said they were all very nice. They didn't treat him like a child and berate him for not having been to the dentist in a long time, or tell him that, you know, he wasn't taking good enough care of his teeth, or, you know, the things that dentists like to do. So I guess he said a hygienist looked at his teeth and then did the x-rays. The dentist came in and, you know, poked around and named all the teeth that need to have this or that done. But Tony thought he was going to walk out with cavities, and he didn't. You know, being told that he had to have cavities filled. They said he didn't have any cavities. Which, yay for him, but I've been getting cavities since I was a child. Crappy genes. Thank you, Mom and Dad. And, yeah, so I always get a little, and Tony is not one to take great care of his teeth, so, yeah. And I've always tried to take way better care of mine. I'm not a fanatic about it, don't get me wrong, but yeah. So, oh, come on. Jeez. How many times can you get your thread caught around pins before you move the pins? So, I mean, happy for him that he had a good experience. He said, if and when you decide to go there, I avoid the dentist like the plague. And we all know what the plague is like, because we just lived through 3 years of the worst of it. So, yeah, I do not, I try to avoid the dentist, I will admit. And I know that's not good, but I've had some very bad experiences. And my teeth are a bit of a wreck. So every time I go in, they tell me something else is not very good in there. But anyway, 'tis what it is. Doing the best I can with everything I do. And that's my mantra. Doing the best I can. I need to get on and decide what I'm going to do about my Roxy Journal of Stitchery Volume 4 Treasure Hunt prompt. It is lace. I have still not decided on a background or whether this is going to be in a little fabric book. I've not done a fabric book before. I didn't do Anne Brooks. I've never done one with Rachel. So yeah, I've never done a book. Some people are choosing to do a book. Some people are choosing to do, I think it's, I'm probably going to get this wrong. I think it's My Cottage Crafts, M-I Cottage Crafts. I believe, and I need to go find her videos. I believe she is doing she made a bag, a tote kind of bag with pockets and stuff. And she was going to do her prompts on that. I could be wrong. I haven't seen a video of hers since I first was searching what other people were doing for their mood boards and stuff. And my mood board has gone totally out the window and down the toilet and all that. So I want to catch up with her. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with mine. Right now, I'm going to work off of the block that I put my initial on, my monogram. And this 2 weeks prompt that came out last Wednesday, last Wednesday, is I don't have any treasured lace. I have some nice things that I've gotten, you know, at thrift stores or whatever, but I don't have a full-on, you know, I don't have anything from my mother, my grandmother, anything like that. I don't have treasures like that. So I'm just going to choose what I like out of what I have in my stash. And I'm actually thinking I'm just going to sew the lace around the block. The laces that I like. I don't know that I'll back it yet. I don't know that I will I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with it. Indecisiveness. What do they call that? Decision paralysis. And what Rachel says is decisions are the hardest. I think that's her little phrase. And they are. They are darn near impossible some days. Like this silly thing. I finally just said, Martha, use the fabric you think. I kept getting drawn back to this fabric. And I had a stern talking to myself yesterday and today. And I kept thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I finally just said this morning, that's it. You tried several other, and I did. I tried several other options. I thought, just cut the stupid fabric, will you? Okay. Sort of started running low on thread right at the right time, so I'm just going to tie that off there and call it good. Scissors. Alrighty, one more side to go. This is anchor that I got in Joann's. Anchor thread. It's the 6-strand embroidery floss. And the photograph, which I can pull up in a moment, is in black. So I thought, well, and all of the Celtic symbols I looked up were all in black. So I thought, that's it. So I thought, okay. And see how it's not, this is almost straight up and down, but the triangle is kind of going that way. So that's what I have to aim for when I sew it on the panel. But I'm hoping, let's see, I think I'll go here and then I can cut over to there and do that. So I'll start up here on the curly Q part. What was I hoping? Oh, I think I'm gonna like maybe tuck some lace and stuff behind it. That's what I'm going to try and do. We'll see. The old decision paralysis might kick in. Oh, what did I do there? That doesn't look quite right. Oh my God, those machines. I want to go out and sabotage them all. They're supposed to be done sometime in August, but holy cow, I'm so tired of it. They are fixing the, wow, this is a mess. They're fixing the golf course. Something about a drainage issue. I can't believe they're, and it's costing hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is just stupid ridiculous, of course. And of course, those costs are being passed on to everybody who lives in the community, whether you play golf or not. Come on, Martha. See? This is what I get for being a cranky pants. Ha! Outsmarted it. Repetitive noises. That's what makes me crazy. Okay, I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore. Sorry. I apologize. I know, no fun to tune in and have me be cranky. It's just annoying. Okay, we can make this around here. I have a sparkle on my thumb. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. It's right there. I told you, I'm sparkly. I have not handled anything sparkly this morning, so that's just my natural sparkle coming out. Oh, my Lord. I'm such a nutcase. Come on. What in goodness sake is going on here? Thank you. Enough is enough, thread. I hate 6 strands. I hate working with 6 strands. Hate it. But I wanted it to be thick. I was going to, one of the ideas I had was to couch down, hold that thought, I'm reaching for something. Couch down green yarn. Didn't like it. Did not like it in the end. Went downstairs, got the green yarn, started playing around with it. Nope, that wasn't going to work either. I'm telling you, I went through so many, what do they call it? Iterations. So many choices that I could have made, ideas I came up with, but did not like. Sometimes it's a struggle. I'm telling you. And other times, it just happens like that. I think one of the things I'm struggling with is these panels are so dark. And that's one of my issues. So I do struggle with that. The other is that, like with my other bags, I had fabrics in the colors I wanted to use that have images on them. Butterflies, dragonflies, flowers, whatever. I don't have hardly any green fabric that has anything specific like that. I have butterflies, but I don't have any with flowers on it. Plus, I mean, certain colors I just don't want to bring into the bag. I don't know why. I feel like it's just not my cousin's jam, let's say, not her personality. Like, she wears blue jeans and pullover shirts every day, and even to things that are supposed to be dress up things, she doesn't really dress up much. I don't know the last time I saw her dressed up, even when we were together. So yeah, it's she's very, very plain, down to earth. Grew up in a small town, very small town. Small town. Oldest of 7. So I'm trying to make it fit her personality. Like, she didn't tell me what she was going to use it for, so I have no clue about that. I hope she doesn't just let it sit in a room, but if she puts things in it, like maybe, I think she has some things from our grandmother. If she wants to put things like that in it, or, you know, whatever. And then someday she'll probably leave it all to her granddaughter. She has several grandchildren, but she has one that she's extremely close to because she helped raise her for the first 7-8 years. So, yeah. Okay. Getting there. I promise we're getting there. I know this is long and tedious. Again, I forgot to tell you, pull up some stitching, pull up whatever you're doing, some journaling, machine sewing, whatever it is you're doing, pull it up, join me, sit around the campfire, the sewing circle. Why am I going off? That one's way off. Can I pull it out? Yes. However, that's not where I need it. I need it to pull out this way. Oh, those machines. Okay. I need to be over here. Just a couple of threads over makes a big difference. I wish I had more of this fabric. I don't know if I got this from my friend in California or from Floshy Made Designs. Floshy Made Designs on Etsy. I got 2 packs from her and really like them, but I mean, like everything, the cost has gone up, and she really hasn't. I mean, the first couple I bought from her, I fell in love with the colors. She hasn't really had those colors again. So, or anything, I mean, there's a lot of pink, and she has beautiful things, pieces of quilts. She has a whole studio full of vintage quilts, and she cuts them up and adds in lace and adds in other fabrics. But I just haven't been like, all right, there's another line here somewhere. There it is. Sometimes I have to turn it so the light catches the right way. This white pen is very tricky. Where am I? I'm up here. Okay, I'm going to go right in here. Yeah, so she has some really nice things. She's in the US. Don't know if she ships overseas. Can't help you there, but you guys overseas, you have so many good websites to choose from to have things shipped to you. I mean, especially the UK and Australia. I've seen some wonderful shops that you can purchase beautiful vintage things from. So I'm envious because we don't have as much of that over here. Alrighty. Okay. I am eventually, and I can do it after I think. Ooh, maybe I can't. I want to wrap this because I'm not that crazy about my stitching. And wrapping it just makes it look like it's finished better and a more solid line. I know, that was a hard word to search for, wasn't it? All right, now, oops. Some of these are a little bit tiny to get through. I think I skipped one. Oh, I never finished the dentist story. So in order to get into the dentist, when Tony called, the day he called, they just happened to have had somebody who canceled. Now he called, I think he called a week or so-ish ago, a week, 10 days. Oh my gosh, are you serious? My thumbs don't want to work. Yeah, so he called a week or 10 days ago and they said, oh, we just had somebody cancel for today, which is the 25th. No, 24th, sorry. And of July. And so he took the appointment, but they couldn't clean his teeth today. So I guess a hygienist looked at his teeth, did the x-rays, then the dentist came in, poked around, told him what he needs to have done, which is possibly refilling one filling that he had done a long time ago. And then he needs a cleaning. But they don't do the cleanings in the same appointment. So now he has to go back, and they told him the appointments are out. The next appointment's available. Like if I call and make an appointment, it's going to be January. This is July 24th. It's going to be January. I mean, they had him in there. Why didn't they clean his teeth while he was in there? This is really becoming a mess. This is not going well, people. Okay. Ow. And they told him that the cleaning, now I don't know if this is just because he needs a couple of teeth that need special attention, but they told him they do the cleaning in 2 different appointments. I'm like, nope. You're going to clean my teeth. I'm going to come in for the appointment. You're cleaning all my teeth in one go. I am not, no. Nope, nope, nope. I am struggling with this thread, aren't I? I think, Robin, didn't you tell me that you went to the dentist and they just had the dentist and the receptionist there? And that's all that's working there anymore? I mean, what is going on in this world, in this country? Are people not working anymore? How are they surviving? I don't get it. I mean, we're retired, so that's why we're never at work. But seriously, between doctors and dentists trying to get in, it's crazy anymore. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Ow. And I always make Tony go to the dentist before I go, because he knows how I am about dentists. My anxiety goes through the roof. And I make him go and be the guinea pig. He walked into one dentist's office and he walked back out. This is before we moved down this way. He said he walked in, it didn't smell good. The people were all like, the receptionist was not paying any attention to him. It just, yeah, he said it was just a bad experience. He walked in just to talk to them about appointments and stuff. This was way before the pandemic and before we moved here from where we used to live up north, and way more populated area up there. But so he's like, yeah, that's a hard no. The things I make my husband do. I mean, trust me, there's plenty I'll do on my own because I want my own opinion of it, but yeah. I'm quite the needy person, I guess. The needy little princess. But that's how it goes some days, right? Okay, I'm going to finish this and I'll be back. I'm back. Thanks for hanging on for me. Oh, 1 second of that. Because really, by the time you see it, it won't be as long as it was for me. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to do. Just do it, Martha. I'm debating on this. I feel like it sort of gets lost unless I put it right there, and I'm not sure I want it directly on the symbol. I don't know. Boy, I haven't struggled with something like this in a while. I'm here to tell you. Overthinking much? Yes. And I should have. I did iron underneath that, so it's not, there's no ink under there. I worked on centering it. Okay, I know I've used this thread, I think. I thought I've used it, but it sure doesn't seem like I could find the... Now I like this because it changes colors, but it's also, there's subtle parts to it and there's also bright parts to it. So I'm going to, and I already undid one of those. Darn. I already measured out a length. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nope. We're not going to allow that. Thank you very much. Please come apart. Seriously, people. Everything's fine till I turn on the camera. Not really. This stuff happens to me constantly. Please come apart. Please come apart. I know I can grab you. Okay. Yes. Alrighty. Happy camper again. Now, what am I going to do around the edge? Next decision. Oh my gosh. I could blanket. I could fly stitch. That would be pretty. I know everybody's tired of seeing me do the fly stitch. I'm sure. Did I show you the other blocks? I mean the other block? I don't know if I showed you the finished. I did not. Here's the finished first block. I don't think I showed you. I did end up putting, I used my hand-dyed thread on here, and I just put some little, not for the V stitches, the fly stitches, I put the little colonial knots on there. And I did just a little bit of seed stitching here and here. Because when I did the seed stitches, this is a darker thread, that's a lighter thread, but it made the background disappear, and I really like the background in this fabric. So I decided against any more excessive seed stitching. Okay. We are going to, I wonder if the fly stitch will hold this down enough. Thinking. Can you hear the wheels turning, the engines burning, the motors running? Yeah. This whole thing has been a huge struggle for me. All right. I think I am going with blanket. I want this edge to be somewhat protected. Like I said, I don't know what she's going to use this drawstring bag for, if anything, if it'll get any use at all, if it'll sit on a dresser, if it'll be packed away somewhere, if I don't know. So, and as you can see, it's fraying, and I don't want to mess with that. So I am going to do a small blanket, and we'll just call that good. And of course, then I'll have to tack the laces as well somehow. I don't know if I'll do like invisible with white thread, just sewing thread, not embroidery floss or this stuff, or that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably just do some invisible stitching on it to try and hide it. So yeah, I am not looking forward to the next 7 days. It's going to be in the 90s every single day, and Friday is going to top out at 97 degrees, supposedly. We usually do grocery shopping on Mondays and Fridays, but we didn't need anything today. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I don't know. I didn't do anything. I don't know what to blame that on. I went out on the deck once earlier this morning, and that was it. Chased a squirrel off. The squirrels keep eating our plants. Oh, excuse me again. Wow. Okay. But yes, it's going to get extremely hot. I think we're going to have to put a bowl of water out for the critters, the birds and the squirrels. Oh my gosh. The other thing is we have one of these, we have a hummingbird feeder, and we have a cup that hangs from the hook, and then below that hangs the hummingbird feeder. And in the cup you put water, and that keeps the ants from drinking the sugar water that we make for the hummingbird feeder. It's worked wonders over the last, 5 years we've done it. But there's one bird, I think it's only one bird, because they aren't flocking up here to do it, which I think would tell me that they're all knowledgeable about it, but I think it's one bird. It's always the same type of bird, and it comes along, and it sits on the top of the hummingbird feeder, and it drinks the water out of that little ant catcher. So, hey, at least one bird knows where there's water. We had a water, it came with a bird feeder that we got from Lowe's, I want to say. And it's a flat open feeder. It's about, it's probably 10 or 12 inches big. And it's just a flat open feeder, because I was hoping, oh my gosh, I hope this thing does not fall apart. I was hoping that the cardinals, the bigger birds, and especially the mourning doves, which are ground feeders, they usually only eat stuff from the ground because they're such big birds, would eat out of it. Well, for the longest time, the cardinals did not eat out of it, but now they've figured it out that they can safely sit on it and eat out of it. And the mourning doves found it one day. I haven't seen them come back yet again, but I'm not at the window 24/7 either. So, but the little birds love it too. So they tend to eat all the seeds and spit out the shells. We feed black sunflower seeds, and they're still in the shells. So the birds have to get the shells off to eat the seeds inside. And yes, it makes a mess, but it's a lot cheaper than buying them already shelled. So anyway, that's a little far apart. I'm trying to make it close together so this thing doesn't fray too much. I think I'm gonna have to go down and up. Stab, stab. So one morning, Tony called me into the sunroom and said, "Aren't those the birds you wanted to eat out of it?" And I'm like, yes. It's the mourning doves. And they're always in pairs. So it's really cute because they just, one sits on the edge and the other one sits in the feeder. So that's kind of fun. And that feeder came with a plastic like watering dish that you could put water in, like sort of like a bird bath kind of thing, but it hangs up on a pole like the feeders do. And we tried putting it out during the last really hot spell when we hadn't had any rain for quite some time, like several weeks. And so Tony put it on a hook that holds bird feeders on the deck, and stupid squirrels came along, tore it down. It went over the edge of the deck, broke the pan, broke the hook, broke one of the wire things that was holding it onto the hook. So yeah, they ruined it all for themselves and for everybody else. And of course, our horse is going to be not happy with that heat. He's a very dark horse, and he sweats in the heat. And I feel so bad for him because there's really not much we can do. They don't keep him in stalls over there at the barn, so he gets to come in the barn for a little while and stand under the fan while she's feeding the other horses. But then all the horses go back out in the pasture. They have run-in sheds, but they don't have fans or anything, so I always feel bad for him in that weather. Yeah. Friday's going to be a scorcher. Okay. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to finish this, and I'll be back. Alrighty. So I finished the circle around here. That could have been better. That was my beginning and my end, and it's pretty messy, but that's okay. I did some French knots along the top of the white lace, and now I'm doing these little kind of cool bullions. I hope that's showing up, that right there. You just do them really close to each other, and then put way more stitches on than you normally would, and they'll stick up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hopefully that works. And we go those down over the needle, over the eye. Hold it tight. Oh, darn. I did that on the first one. I meant to make my tail a little shorter, but it got out of there. There we go. Little fun bullions. Just to kind of add to the texture and to help this cheesecloth sort of stay put better where it's supposed to be. Cheesecloth never stays put for me, but let's see. Try to make it a little smaller. There we go. And I find the secret to this is don't pull really tight on your wraps, because if they're too loose they look crummy, but if they're too tight all you do is fight with them. I don't see any reason, if you're using the right size needle and the right size thread with that needle, you should not need a pair of pliers to pull your bullion knots through. That's my theory anyway. Have I had to use pliers? Yes. But I don't use a milliner's needle. I don't even know what this is. This is just a regular embroidery needle, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. One for good luck. Okay, this one's coming loose, so I'm just going to corral that. That one ended up being just a tad longer than I really wanted it to be. Not longer as in, but see, if I pull the thread back through down here, it makes more of a circle. So yeah, I'm okay with that. The secret is not letting it get too far away. Your jab back in can't be very far away from your jab out. And for holding something like this down that's fluffy, it works pretty well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, I think 3 slipped off there, I think. Wiggle, 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 get that needle through. Oh, come on. Get those stitches to stay on the needle. And wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And gently pull without pulling your thread out of the needle. Okay, tighten, and then what I'm going to do, what I've been doing is going kind of not going back in where my thread came out down here, but I'm going to kind of go in sort of centered between where the 2 ends are, and that tightens that up so it's a smaller circle. I don't think I'm going to have enough thread on there for this. Not even going to fight with it, because you know what? Not worth it. Am I frugal? Yes. Am I tired of fighting with thread? Yes. Also, yes, I should say. Oh my gosh. Okay. Come out wherever you are, little end. And please don't tangle. So I'll do a couple of more around this edge here. And then I just need to probably do some French knots or something up along that edge. And then I'll be done with this panel. I think now I'm holding, you know, out to see if I want to add beads or anything like that. I made all of these. I'm going to show you real quick. I made this one. I pulled out of a bag that I already have these in. This is a little heart, but they're all really dark except this one. Look at that little heart. Isn't that cute? A little heart yo-yo Suffolk puff thing. It came out way better than I thought it was going to. Had to use a pretty big heart for it to get it to really work out. If you go too small, it won't. And then I had to do some clipping around the edge of the inside there and really grab that inside. There's a little bit of mess in there, but hey, I think it's cute. But they're all really dark on this fabric. Look, see? Blends right in, blends right in. Disappears. Yeah, blends in, blends in. This is the only one that really stands out. And that's the fabric that's going to be the lining. So I think I'm going to have to make some more if I really want to use them the way I want to. But I have 2 panels to go, and the other 2 panels are only going to be like patchwork, collage, lace, and fabric things. So they are not going to be symbols or pockets. Well, I can't guarantee that one won't be a pocket. However, I almost wanted to leave this one open on one end, like over here, and tuck in a little explanation of what this symbol means. But I think I'm just going to possibly write something out for her. She's done, I think I've mentioned before, if I haven't, then shame on me, but she has done a ton of genetic research. What's the word I'm looking for? Like ancestry research on various websites, some of them free, some of them that like 23andMe, which I did. She did the basic free ancestry.com one, which I've tried, but why? Why me? It's just, I don't get it. Why does this keep happening to me? I swear to you, this does not happen this much when the camera is not on. Honestly, it's just maddening how often this happens when the camera's on. Oh, cow. Now, I know I have a long strand, but that's because I'm doing these bullion. Seriously? Dang it. Stop that. Okay. Yeah, so she's done tons of research on the family tree. She's been to Ireland several times. I don't know the exact number. I know probably somewhere between 3 and 5 times. And found family members over there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There I go. And yeah, so she's really into her Irish heritage, and she's what is known as a dark Irish. She's got, well, she used to. She's a couple years older than I am, so it's not so dark anymore, but really dark features, dark skin, dark hair, black, almost black. Well, I guess it was black at one time. Hair. Yeah. So now both, I believe, if I'm correct, both of her parents were Irish, of Irish descent. My father was not. My mother, yes. My father, no. So my father was Canadian French with lots of other stuff thrown in, I think. I think there's a helicopter going over. I'm trying to listen while I'm counting. So much noise around here. It wasn't like this when we moved here 7 years ago. Plus the air conditioner is running almost nonstop. I can't imagine what it's going to do on Friday. It's just never going to turn off. I'm convinced. Okay. I think I'll come down here and do a couple more. And I'm going to let you go. Now, whether I do a little beading over here or, add something else, I don't know. I don't know what else I'm going to do to this panel. But if I do anything, I will show you when I next make a video. Whenever that is. Yesterday, it just didn't happen. Yesterday was like indecisiveness, and Tony wanted to go out to lunch, and when we came back, I just had zero motivation. The vitamin D I'm taking is not helping much. Not like I hoped it would. Of course, I've also skipped a day. 2 days now. But I don't know. It's a weird blend. So it's not just popping a vitamin D pill. So I need to get back to taking it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So I sure hope she likes what I do. I mean, she'll tell me she likes it even if she doesn't. I just don't feel like it's living up to the first few that I made. I think that's what's wrong with me, is I feel like this is not living up to the first few I made. And, you know, self-criticism is like the worst kind. I mean, it's bad enough when somebody else criticizes you and you can get defensive and say, well, that's not how I really think, and that's not how it... That's what I do anyway. But yeah, when I self-criticize, I don't have that fight back that I have when other people criticize me. Defensive much? Not me. Not really. As I shake my head yes while I'm saying that. Yes, I am. Yes, I know it. But there have been many, 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 many years I've lived where I did not defend myself when I should have. So, yeah. Now it's like an overcompensation for it. There. Okay. Well, that's it from me. I'm going to close this video down. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy crafting. Thanks for hanging with me. And I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is. Take care, everybody. Bye.